You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
You are now tuned in to the number one podcast in the world, The Wait, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the host of our show, Mr. Eli.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to The Wait, and today we're going to talk about the NBA specials and a couple of NFL games. I'm your host, Eli. To the left of me is my co-host, my dad, and let's rock and roll.
What up, podcast world? Welcome to another episode of The Wait, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture.
You know it.
We are excited to be here with you today.
Yeah.
NBA season is right around the corner.
NBA season is right around
This
the
is
corner.
going to be what the young people call as litty.
Yep. Alright, leave the young term to me.
Okay, yeah, I'm just saying.
Don't overdo it, my
Dad
boy.
is just trying to get involved.
I know.
And be a
I
part of the
appreciate
young
that.
generation.
I appreciate that, but you gotta just,
Absolutely.
don't try to overdo it.
Absolutely.
Don't try to. I don't want to see you wear skinny jeans now.
Facts.
And then blah, blah, blah.
Facts.
But
Facts.
now is the run for the 3-peat for Golden State for me.
Now's the one for the three-peat.
Now the run is.
But first, let's get into some NFL action.
all right. We have Sunday night game.
Sunday night game. Who do we
Patriots
have?
versus the Chiefs in New England, and it was Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady.
And what did you think about that game?
Patrick Mahomes is the truth. I've
Okay.
had 6 games to really examine him, and this kid is the truth.
Yes.
I can see what Andy Reid and the Chiefs players saw last year in practice when they said he knows.
Right, when he probably could have had the job last year.
Right.
But they gave Alex Smith one more year to try to get the job
he's
done.
a veteran. Right.
Because he's a veteran.
He's a veteran.
And you had Mahomes learning under veteran.
Right.
ship.
Right.
So I pretty much thought that was really good.
And the trio between him, Patrick Mahomes, Hill, and Hunt is dangerous.
And if they can keep that core together, right? My thing is, when Eric Berry gets back, I think it's going to shore up their defense a little bit more because
and Houston.
As I was watching the game, New England seemed to be able to get anything they wanted.
Yeah, they're running the Chiefs' running game with their rushers.
Stopping the run, yes.
Stopping the run was bad.
It was terrible
because you let Sony Michel get 102 yards.
Yes, on the ground as a rookie.
Right.
And also, we know Belichick is going to take away something.
Yeah,
or he's going to exploit your
And
weaknesses.
at first, it did look like he was exposing Patrick Mahomes' weaknesses because Patrick threw 2 picks. One of the picks was tipped up, and it kind of
Yeah. We know that was at the end of the half.
And it looked like he was a little too nervous, and he overthrew Hunt for one, and he overthrew Kelsey for
right.
another one.
He overthrew 2 touchdowns early in the game, and we figured that was jitters. He's facing the world, the most predominant team in the AFC. The big bad New England Patriots. But once he settled down in the second half of this game,
mid second quarter really.
Yeah, he threw 4 touchdowns in the second half of this game, and nothing rattles this young man.
Dude,
and I think he has a great future.
It doesn't matter if it's a 10-point deficit against the Broncos, a 15-point deficit against us. He does not look worried at all.
Absolutely. We are on the same page when it comes to that.
Now, Tom did show him that we're still the Patriots.
Oh, absolutely.
With the offense. Gronk was really unstoppable. He had 2 big catches. I mean, he had a quiet night, but he
had 97 yards.
Right.
So if that's a quiet night, then so be it. He demonstrated once again why he's Tom Brady.
And I like Josh Gordon with the team. He looks like he's
about to get into his groove.
And I didn't realize this, but Tom and Edelman was saying that his IQ is really high. Like he can pick up on the plays very quickly, which threw Tom off a little bit.
And Tom said his hands are amazing.
Right.
He said he bobbled one in practice and he couldn't believe it.
Right.
So I think later on in the season you will see the Patriots hit their stride, hit the normal groove that they hit. Yeah. But I'm gonna make this announcement now. They're gonna be facing Kansas City in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whoever has home field advantage, in my humble opinion, will have the edge. Of course, I'm going to give the edge to the Patriots no matter where they play.
Right, because you got to understand, I know this
but
is
this Kansas City team plays you guys well. They played
But
well
we
last
also
year.
we also said that one of the big weaknesses, and it's in both teams really, is the defense.
Absolutely, but I trust Belichick
Right.
in a playoff game
Right.
to get the necessary stops or make the necessary adjustments. However, this Kansas City Chief team with Andy Reid at the helm,
Right.
and you can tell he's not treating Mahomes like a rookie.
Right.
He's letting him go out and fire that rock. And this kid, Tyreek Hill, if
Yeah.
he's in a crossing route and you do not stop him immediately,
it's right.
he is gone.
If there's nobody in front of him, you're not.
Yeah, you're not going to catch him. I even seen him look back once or twice to see just how close people were to him.
Right.
And Hunt does just enough on the ground to, and then you have the tight end.
Yeah, Kelsey. Yeah.
So they have weapons.
Right.
They have weapons. I believe they're going to score 35 points a game.
And Sammy Watkins,
Sammy Watkins, people forgetting about that as well.
Yeah.
So the weapons are there for them to make a long run.
It's just their defense, dude.
And I need them to basically win the AFC. They need the Patriots to have to come through Arrowhead.
Right.
And it just increases their chances. I still give the Patriots a slight edge because of experience. But if they got to go through Arrowhead might be it's always a tough place to play to begin with.
Right.
But in a playoff situation with everything on the line, I can see
them.
them.
And you know, like I said, I feel like this might be the last run for New England.
Could be.
You know.
Could be with all the internal strife.
I do know they don't let regular season games get to them at all.
Absolutely. So while it was a big game for the Chiefs, it's a regular season game for
that 75 bomb.
Yeah. Quick.
Like right away. Granted, we just said that bit them a little bit only because
they left too much time on the clock,
and they had to because they were down by 7.
Right.
It wasn't like they were down by 4,
and they can milk the clock.
They can get a 7, and then
they scored 2 touchdowns. Remember the kickoff was
right.
quick
Because
and then the other 46-yard coming out of halftime. So they score quick.
Right.
And it's just that you left 3 minutes on the
and
clock.
We did say that the offense does need to know how to manage the clock a little bit more.
Absolutely, especially late in games, because 3 minutes for Tom Brady is like an eternity.
Yeah.
Especially knowing he only needs a field goal. He doesn't even need to.
And if he does need a touchdown, he's gonna get that touchdown.
If he needs a touchdown, he's gonna get that. But he was managing the clock. That big one he hit on Edelman for 40 yards down the stretch, and that really opened it up, and he hit Gronk.
Right.
And then it just pretty much situated them to go for the win. And I believe he too was impressed with Patrick Mahomes'
Yeah,
game.
definitely. So the second game we have the Steelers versus the Bengals. This is a division rival.
Yes, this game went down to the wire.
They said that it was a questionable call because of the block.
Yes, it's a what do they call it? Like a hitch block. Malcolm would know the proper term.
Right.
Where you pick a guy off, and it's all depending on how you pick him off.
Right. If you can get it off with it clean. Right.
And it was clean. I mean,
it was clean to me too. I mean, because it was only for a little bit. He only held him for like
but
2
it's just
3
enough
seconds.
to free
and
up
it got
Brown.
Right. AB open.
And he caught that slant route and basically walked into the end zone.
Right.
And I think that brings the Bengals back to earth a little bit.
Yeah, because they're 4-2.
But I also think what it does is it gives Pittsburgh a leg up, knowing that they'll have
Antonio Brown.
Le'Veon
Bell coming back, right?
According to reports that Le'Veon Bell could come back, so we could.
But
see.
he's coming back during the bye week because he does need to come back for that.
Of course,
money.
you need to kind of get acclimated to the system,
right? And he says overall he doesn't want to come back until like at least week 11, week 12.
Yes, that's what they say. I think if he gets 2 practices under his belt, he'll be ready to go. Right. And they're always dangerous because they too are a veteran squad.
Right. And
so,
their new tight end is a beast.
Oh, McDonald.
He's not that big, but his power
and
is
he's
strong.
chucking guys. He's chucking dudes. And he gets that ball. And I seen Gronk chuck a dude last night.
Right.
These tight ends are starting to really welcome the punishment.
Right.
And they're starting to chuck guys.
Right. And I think because right now, what are you expecting from Pittsburgh? Just because I'm expecting
if they make the playoffs.
The record is 3-2-1. So.
I'm expecting if they make the playoffs, they're a veteran enough squad to get in the tournament, and you let the chips fall with their men.
Right. Okay.
So to me, they don't really dominate in the regular season too often.
Right.
But
in that division,
Like if they get to 9-7 or 10-6,
if they get in,
right?
they're not going to be a team that you want to face because Ben has 2 Super Bowl rings. He knows what it takes. He's tough. When you add Le'Veon Bell, a well-rested Le'Veon
right,
Bell.
and they're not in terms of Bell and Brown, but Ben Roethlisberger, his window is closing to try to get one more out the day.
Absolutely, he wants to reach 3 Super Bowls. There's only a couple of Troy Aikman and who else has 3? Maybe Troy Aikman might be the only one that has 3.
Right.
Super Bowls that I can think of because Montana has 4. Brady has 5. Roethlisberger 2, Peyton 2, Eli 2.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's Terry Bradshaw has 4.
Right.
So other than that, Troy Aikman had 3 and had an opportunity to get 4 if Jerry Jones and Jim Johnson
had handled their business
and didn't get the Eagles involved with the situation.
Speaking of the Cowboys beat the Jaguars 40-7.
40-7. Let's cut that up. Yep.
Yeah, man. I don't know because I think it's both on both ends. Number one, your offense only scored 7 points, and then your defense gave up 40 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were making memes of Jalen Ramsey talking about, you talk trash about every other quarterback, but yet
your quarterback is the worst.
Right.
And I believe they overachieved last year.
With the AFC Championship
With the AFC Championship game. What they should have did, they should have got out while they could, meaning they should have went and got a quarterback. They said Bortles is as furthest he can bring us.
Do you think that quarterback should have been Eli? Because of
no, Eli's washed, in my humble opinion.
I do think though, if he had a better, because I do know that the Rams,
but he does play better with a defense behind him.
With a defense behind him, and I do know that the Jacksonville Jaguars offensive line is better than the Giants.
And what I want to say about Jacksonville, Fontaine being out.
Fournette, yeah.
Fournette is critical because the running game is a very intricate part.
Right.
Because now you're asking Bortles to do more than he normally did. He's a manager. And if Fournette is getting 6-7 yards on the ground.
He plays like Eli. When you have a running back behind him, he can give you that little play action plays and throw it and dig it and dunk it when he has to.
Absolutely. So with that being said, I don't think they are as bad as they seem. But I do think they're resting on their laurels, meaning they played well last year. They're starting to read the newspaper clippings that they're good.
And also, I don't want people to think that they're the Legion Boom of.
Oh no, they haven't earned that. No, you got to earn to be the Legion.
I get that I made it to the
of the AFC, or or whatever.
And I understand that they made it to the AFC Championship, but let's not get it twisted.
Let's not get it twisted.
They're not,
because now you're starting to look like a very subpar team. But again, I also feel that if the running game is in place,
definitely,
it takes a lot of pressure off of Bortles, and he can just hit play action from time to time.
Definitely.
Now they're asking him to throw it a little bit more.
And on the Cowboys, and I feel like they're kind of wishy-washy because 1 week they'll have a bad game, and then next
I believe this is 2 in a row for them now.
No, they didn't. No, they lost last week.
Who they play?
They played.
Oh, they lost to the Panthers last week.
Yeah.
In a game they probably should have won.
Right.
Bad decision making from Garrett.
Right.
I haven't seen enough from the Cowboys to think that they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I do say you have to let Dak Prescott
and Elliott
go. You got to let these guys
go. Because that's what made them good the first year.
Absolutely.
When they had that, because the duo was perfect because Elliott would give them enough running yards where Dak can just run around and throw the football perfectly.
Right.
And I do think that they are still missing Dez Bryant, who's still not signed to no team.
Isn't that something?
And we're in week 6 now, and he's still not signed.
Yeah, which is a testament to his reputation.
And his character.
Usually these guys have a reputation, and you go, all right, we're still going to sign him.
Right.
Nobody's biting right now, which means that what they've been seeing on the tape from him
it's not that good.
It's not that good.
Yeah.
And for the Patriots to say we want to pass him and go to Josh, who's had all of these substance abuse problems, tells you that Josh is just the better athlete.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure the Patriots have put some things in place, stipulations to try to protect Josh Gordon from falling off the bandwagon.
Right.
And as a result of that, they might be on the way to the Super Bowl, and he may get the last laugh over the Cleveland Browns for letting
Them go, right.
Him
And
go.
then we have the Jets and the Colts,
The
42
Jets and the Colts.
to 34. Sam Darnold is he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Sam Donald's is starting to figure some things out.
This is their second win in a row.
And they haven't done that since
Like last year.
Yeah, last year. And I said last year I saw some things in the Jets that suggest that they're a pretty good team.
Right, you kept
I kept saying their defense looks
defense,
solid, but they don't have a quarterback to put up the points that they need to put up.
Right.
I think they have their quarterback now.
Right.
And I think they're gonna miss the playoffs this year.
And they might get Le'Veon Bell next year.
Right.
Depending on the trade.
Right. So, but they're building a different culture with what's the coach's name? The Jets coach.
Okay, while Malcolm looks at that,
Yeah, I believe he's creating a different.
But hasn't he had some isn't it kind of like 50-50? Because sometimes I feel like he makes kind of.
No, he's very stoic.
Todd Bowles.
He's very stoic, and you don't plant the seed and eat the fruit at the same time.
Right.
So he literally has to change the culture. I think this year he has it in place. I think this year they'll win 7 games, maybe 8. And they'll just miss the playoffs. And I think next year, as the Patriots maybe descend a little bit, that they could come in and perhaps.
Dude, it's going to be very hard to get that number 1 spot in that division because the Patriots are still going to put up a fight.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to put up a fight. I think Miami's getting better.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And so we're going to keep our eye out for the Jets.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
All right, let's go into some MLB playoffs.
MLB playoffs. What do we have going on here?
So last time we was on here, we had the Yankees and Red Sox in a
Yeah.
game. I believe this was game 4.
Yeah.
This is game 4.
Yeah.
And we didn't pull that through.
No,
It was
really,
it was the bottom of the 9th. Bases were loaded.
we had an opportunity, but it should never have gotten to that point where we needed a desperation win.
Right.
Pitching is always going to be hitting in the
Every
playoffs.
time, yeah.
And we had an opportunity to get DeGrom
Right.
in the regular season, and we did not.
Right.
As a result, it came back to bite us. Severino seems like the stage is too big for him.
Right.
I didn't see Tanaka through the whole playoffs. I don't know what
I
happened
think I
to
saw him through one game.
Which game was that? Because Severino pitched the play-in, the wild card game. Game 1, we went with Happ.
Right. And I
against
think
Boston.
game 2, we went with Severino.
Game
Tanaka. Had
Game
to be
2,
Tanaka.
maybe it was Tanaka.
Because Severino didn't come into game 3, and then CeCe played in game 4.
Right, okay,
So
okay.
he pitched in game 2, and then we won that game.
Right,
won
okay,
game 2.
okay, so maybe I...
Also, did you have a problem with Judge playing New York?
I did.
I didn't.
I did because you only tied up the series in Boston. And
So it's not like we went up 2-0
right,
and we were going back to New York.
you play that at game 5.
Right.
You go through their locker room and you play New York because but it's a young thing.
Right,
We
yeah.
forget this is a young kid.
And I'm pretty sure Giancarlo Stanton is going to be in his ear next
And
time.
he put the cart in front of the horse. When in actuality, you got to win these games because Boston won 108 games or 107 games for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
And Boston plays that small ball, so they
Right.
push the base, go from first to
And
third.
now with this MLB, with the defensive shift, it's hard to get ground hits.
Absolutely. So these
So now
guys
it's just
are
going,
shifting.
it's trying to, and I feel like our base hitters, our batters was trying to just aim for the fences every time.
Right, absolutely.
Because they couldn't stand the defensive shift.
Which led us to Houston Astros versus Boston.
Yeah, and it's tied right now.
Tied 1-1. Boston got
won
rocked in game 1.
2-1, right, yeah.
11-2, I believe it was. But Boston played a real good game in game 2 to tie the
And
series.
it was looking like it was going to go 0-2 Houston.
Yeah, that probably would have did Boston in.
Yeah, and then, but they handled
fought
their
back.
business, yeah.
And I think I still got Houston winning that series.
Yeah, do we have Houston going up 3-1 in the building? Cause I have it going 2-2 and then.
It's 3 games in Boston now.
Oh no, you mean in
Houston.
Okay,
It's 3 games in Houston.
Yeah, So
I think Boston will come back down 3-2.
Right.
And have to win both games
In the building. Yeah.
in Boston, and I think the Astros get it done. The Milwaukee Brewers series is interesting because the Brewers won the first game,
Right.
5-4.
Right. And then
the Dodgers came back and won game 2, 4-3.
Oh, right.
And Milwaukee is using this bullpen situation where they're not starting any starting pitching.
Right.
They're coming in with bullpen pitches through the whole game.
And those bullpen pitches are really lasting.
Yeah, and it's very unorthodox in the sense of how they're doing that.
Right.
And as a result of that, I think the Dodgers have to get adjusted.
Yeah.
But now the Dodgers are home for 3.
Dodgers are home for
And
3.
I think this will be the telltale for the Dodgers as well.
Definitely.
The Dodgers have to win at least 2 of these games.
Right.
Possibly close these boys out.
Yeah, they
And
can
then,
close them out in LA then.
I'd like to see a repeat of last year's World Series. I thought it was exciting.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, absolutely. That's the only. I mean, these are the last 4 teams. I only want to see a rematch. I don't.
But Boston and the Dodgers might also 2
Boston,
prominent
Boston.
franchises.
I don't want to really see Boston and the Brewers. I feel like that would be kind of like a weird.
Yeah. So I think the Dodgers.
But the Brewers are nice though. The Brewers are a really good
They
team.
are. They're a very good team. They play.
It looks like they have both for the and same thing with Boston. Boston has both for
offense and defense
Right.
pretty well. They're pitching. I guess the strength of their pitching
Right.
is the bullpen,
We'll see.
and we will see with that.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
Right now, let's talk NBA action.
NBA action. We start tomorrow.
We
man.
start tomorrow, young man. I'm excited. We got to get the league passed tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Put us in place.
Definitely.
What are
Yeah.
your general outlooks of this season? Do you think it's going to be an exciting season? Malcolm thinks it's going to be hype.
Yeah.
That it's never going to live up to the
Oh yeah.
off-season drama.
Yeah.
I think the transitions are made
The
by certain teams.
the only drama I see transitioning into the regular season is a Jimmy Butler move.
Okay.
Between
That is
the Timberwolves.
yeah, that is something
and
we're going to
Jimmy
have
Butler
to keep a
because-
close eye on.
Everybody wants. Jimmy needs to get out of there, and teams want Jimmy Butler on their team. Like
Yes.
Pat Riley. I'm pretty sure Boston would try to do anything that they can.
Absolutely. It's probably a couple of teams. He works
I
hard.
know the Lakers would try to get
Well, I
him.
heard Lakers wasn't on his list. That he doesn't want to go to the Lakers.
Right.
I don't know if that's a ploy or LeBron all of a sudden seems to be getting this reputation. With
Right,
a lot
that-
of
that no-
veteran guys
yeah.
don't want to come play with
And
him.
I think that's mainly because of the Kyrie Irving move, but that wasn't really his fault.
But Kyrie Irving won a ring, and let's just say that was due to LeBron.
Right, absolutely. But I'm saying,
He made his
but I'm saying,
contributions.
Kyrie Irving, because he wanted to leave LeBron, that threw all the veteran guys
And then
off.
when Paul
and made-
George didn't even give the Lakers an opportunity for a meeting.
Right.
And
It made
then
it a lot
Kawhi
worse.
Leonard is saying he want to come to LA, but not necessarily to the
'Cause
Lakers.
right, and Kawhi was the one that threw me off the most because he was saying, I don't want to go to the Lakers to be on a super team, but I don't want to go on a regular team and
Yeah, it was a lot of double talk.
It was like, I'm like, dude, and I'm like, the perfect team is in San Antonio. So
Absolutely,
what are we talking about
absolutely.
here?
But I welcome change.
Yeah.
So
And
he
y'all still-
looks good. Kawhi Leonard in Toronto, he looks
Yeah.
good. And I believe that that's going to help Toronto. It's changing the culture. They might even have an opportunity to keep him
Right.
because he's playing for a country,
Right.
not a city.
Right.
And he got Drake out there, and
Yeah.
Toronto's on the rise.
And they
So-
still got a lot of great players on there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Serge Ibaka and some other young pieces, and you still got Lowry and them young players that
And
they
they're
have
very-
out there.
And Fred.
Yeah. Frederick, is that his name?
Yeah.
He played good last year.
He's a 6 man. I know.
Yeah, we need to get his name because
Go to standings.
shame
Go to
on us.
teams.
So we'll go to teams real quick and get his name.
Go to Toronto. It's in there somewhere.
Eli should have his name already.
I said his name properly, right? But anyway, and then what about DeRozan on San Antonio?
DeRozan.
You're doing too much. Go for Toronto.
I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. Toronto.
Doing too much.
Fred Van Vliet.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Excellent player. And he's gonna have a more defined role.
And Kawhi brought in Danny Green,
Oh, he brought in Danny Green, and that was huge.
which I hope so because I need to see 2014 Danny Green, not the current Danny Green.
No, that was huge.
So, DeRozan going to San Antonio, I felt like I didn't like the move. But I mean, I understand it's a business. But you as an owner saying you wasn't going to trade him to try to get Kawhi Leonard.
No, we understand. I got it. I just want to get back to our divisions.
Right. Okay.
So it's
I understand, but like my only thing that pissed me off is just that you said, and then you backtracked on your word.
from Toronto.
Right.
Yeah, well, this is a business, and I don't think they really thought.
So
they
then
had
why not just be honest with me and be like, yo, we're trading you for Kawhi?
I don't think that they thought they had an opportunity to get Kawhi. So they were probably much saying, no, you're going to be here. And then, considering that one of the coaches on Toronto is from the bloodline of the San Antonio Spurs,
Right.
it led to an open opportunity, and that open opportunity led to a different situation.
Right.
But it still was bad business. It still was bad business. But this is why these players are getting all the money they can, because it's a business.
And this is why LeBron plays the game that he plays.
Absolutely.
Because he's not trying to get
1 year
caught.
deals. He gave LA a 4-year deal, and I don't blame that because this is LA.
Yeah, that, and he trusts Magic, and it's
He-
LeBron. You're not gonna trade LeBron for nothing.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely not gonna. And plus, he has a no trade clause, so you can't trade.
Absolutely.
Him
I believe
regardless.
this is the last contract under LeBron. I believe he'll play these 4 years out.
Right.
I think
He might try to sign an extra 2 years just to play with his son somewhere.
I believe he gets 2 championships. I believe he winds up with 5 championships.
Yeah, honestly, I think him and Boston are gonna be going at it.
You know what I mean? He gets 5 championships out the deal. And
I
then I
really-
think the conversation really starts.
So here's my question: throughout the 4 years, real quick, hypothetically, Lakers Boston, how do you think that battle? Because it's going to be a Boston Laker.
It's classic.
Besides this year, because
it's
Golden State's
reminiscent of
triple.
the 80s.
Right.
I think the NBA would win. I think the Knicks are also going to be great. I think Philly, all of these classic teams, Boston, Philly, New York, and LA
Right.
are teams that have been traditionally great teams.
Right.
And I think we'll see it again.
Okay, but you still didn't. I mean, well, you kind of did answer my question, but what other teams in it?
Those are the teams.
Yeah, but I'm saying like like a 4-year run between Boston and Lakers.
Boston, it could happen. But I don't want to dismiss other teams getting better
Yeah, but
as well.
I'm just saying, who would you give the edge? Like between in the finals, Boston, Lakers, Irving, LeBron.
If they face 4 years,
Is it gonna be a split 3-1?
I don't know. I got to see when we get there.
All right, whatever.
I have to see when we get there. But let's get to these divisions.
All right, start me off.
The Atlantic Division,
Right.
right? So we have,
Boston, Knicks, Nets,
Brooklyn
Toronto, right.
and Toronto. Who do you have winning this division?
Boston.
Boston by how many games? Remember, Toronto won this division last year, and Toronto just got better. Let's keep that in mind.
But Boston's way better. They didn't have Gordon Hayward.
Okay,
To bring him back.
right.
Half of those games.
Terry Rozier has some issues going on. I'm hearing he doesn't want to play behind Kawhi, but that's a whole nother story. We'll talk
mean
about
Irving?
that. Yeah, he doesn't want to play behind Kyrie Irving. Yes.
Right.
But
Well, he gonna have to. You still got 1 more year on the
so
contract.
how many wins do you give Boston for this division?
60.
60 wins. Who do you have number 2?
Number 2, Toronto.
And then you got Philly in this division too.
Yeah, so it's Boston, Toronto, Philly. I've Toronto winning 52, maybe 50 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like Philly lost one of the key players. I think it was Bellinelli. Didn't like that move, and they didn't really.
But they're getting Fultz. And I think Fultz is going to be better than what people think he's going to be.
Fultz is 50.
When I saw his 15 games he played, I saw him getting to the basket.
I do know he changed his shot.
Changed his shot a little bit. So
And I'll give. So it'll be like those 3 teams would be the top 3 teams in the East. So it'll be Boston at 60. I'm gonna say Toronto at 52, and then Philly at 45, 47.
really? All right, 60 for Boston, perhaps. I'm going to say 58 wins for Toronto and 54 wins for Philadelphia. All 3 of those teams are going to be constantly battling. Then I say New York, because they don't have it all together yet.
Right.
And of course,
The
Brooklyn
Nets.
will be last in that division. I think 3 of those teams can actually make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I
between
think
Boston, Philly,
and Toronto.
Yeah, we said that.
In the Central, we have
Said that.
Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Indiana, and Milwaukee. Who wins this
I'm giving
division?
that to the Pacers.
You think the Pacers win this division?
Yeah.
How many wins in this division?
It's hard to say.
Did they add anything? They added Evan Turner.
No, they added Tariq Evans.
Oh, Tariq Evans. That's what they added. Tariq Evans. And that's going to make them better. They lost Lance Stevenson, so they lose a little bit there.
Man.
They played really well. I think Oladipo is coming into his own.
Right. No, I'm giving them the division. That many wins, I don't really know, because I mean, the East is different. I mean, I put them at the 5th seed. I'll put them. I can't really say how many wins, because it's like, are we gonna put them 3 games behind Toronto, or like 3 games behind Philly with 51?
Who?
Pacers.
I think the Pacers get. I think that's a very tough division. I think 50 wins that division.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, number 4, number 5.
Yeah. Well, we haven't got further down yet, but 50 wins that division. I think Milwaukee has 47 wins.
I'm gonna say 45.
I think Detroit is going to be better with Blake Griffin having a full season in Detroit.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland is going to surprise a lot of people. Remember, they're bringing back a veteran team.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say,
Don't say Cleveland will win this.
no, they're not going to win the division. I think they're going to be 3rd in this division.
Okay, so behind.
I think it's going to be,
Pacers?
I say Milwaukee.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Every time we bet on Milwaukee, they don't pay out. So
They got a new coach and a new system. I'm going to say Milwaukee,
and they lost Jabari Parker, who
Indiana, Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago.
So you trust in Milwaukee for a 50 in a row?
I'm trusting Milwaukee to get 50 wins. I think your man Greek the Freak.
Absolutely
And then
not.
they got Lopez.
Brooke Lopez?
They got Brooke Lopez. And I think in the East, him being able to stretch the floor is going to make them that much better.
Right.
I thought the Jabari Parker, him and Greek the Freak kind of canceled each other out.
Jabari never lived up to his potential because of ACL tear.
Absolutely, and I think now he'll get healthy in Chicago. And they don't even have him starting in Chicago. I heard he's upset about that. He's coming off the bench.
You have 2 ACL tests. What do you want me to do?
Well, I'm just simply saying he thought maybe he would get to Chicago.
No, but I'm not trying to bag on. I'm just being realistic. Like
No, I get it.
I can't do that much with you right now. You have to
So-
build your way up to your rookie year.
Absolutely. So, I think that's how that division goes.
And then
Now let's go to the Southeast Division.
Right, and that is with Atlanta.
That team includes Washington,
Right.
Miami, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Orlando.
Okay, I have Miami winning that.
Miami's gonna win this division?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give Miami. Let's see. I'll give Miami like 48 wins.
48 wins. You think that's gonna be enough to win that division?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Second, let me see. I'll give it to Washington.
How many wins for them?
Maybe like 44.
So they're gonna be an 8th seed, Washington.
40. I mean,
Washington. With
well, no,
dynamic
actually,
backcourt.
technically, they was almost the AFC last year.
Okay, that's last year.
And do you trust the move of them getting Dwight Howard? Did you like that move?
I do. I think it makes them a little bit more athletic.
This is like Dwight's 5th team in the last 2
I do.
years.
I think in the East,
And I still don't like John Wall being on that team.
well, John Wall actually is not going anywhere.
Nah, I know that, but I still think that they should have broke up because it's too much head battle between him and Bill.
Well, they're still together, so they're going to have to work that out. I think Washington wins this division with 49 wins. I think Miami comes in
And
at
also,
number 2.
this is D-Wade's last year. He gonna bust his butt off again.
All right, Miami comes in at number 2 with 47 wins.
Right.
I believe at that point, Atlanta with 38, 39 wins. Charlotte is not going to make the playoffs, and neither is Orlando.
Wait, so do you have Atlanta making the playoffs?
Let me look at the 8 teams. I say 1, I say Boston,
Right.
Philly, Toronto.
So you got Toronto number 3?
It doesn't matter. I'm just counting the
Oh,
8
you
teams.
just, okay, my bad. Yeah,
Right?
continue.
Then I have
Continue.
Milwaukee,
Right.
Cleveland, Indiana, and then I have Miami and Washington. Those are my 8 playoff
Okay,
teams.
I can agree with that.
You can agree with that?
I can agree with
I
that.
think the rest of those teams have work to do. Now,
Right.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to
All right,
Eli.
so let's talk about the West.
let's talk about the West. The Northwest
Right.
has Denver, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Portland, and Utah. This may be the toughest division.
I got Utah.
You have Utah
I
winning
like
this
Utah.
division.
I like Utah a lot.
Okay, how many wins Utah is going to get in this division? Remember, this is the West.
This is the West. So this is, shoot, they all might be like one game behind each other besides like the top 3. I'll give Utah 47 to 48 wins.
Okay, who do you have number 2 in this division?
Number 2, give it to OKC.
OKC at number 2. Who do you have number 3 in this division?
That might go to Denver. I like Denver.
Denver, who's number 4 in this division?
So yeah, so Utah, OKC, Denver, Minnesota, and then Portland.
Okay, this is a very tough division. I think OKC wins this division.
How many wins?
52 wins. I give them 52 wins. I believe the dark horse in this division is Minnesota. If Jimmy Butler has to stay there,
But don't you think there's gonna be too much torn?
I do. However, sometimes controversy
Yeah,
can
bring
galvanize the team,
Yeah.
right? I think the number 2 seed in this division,
number 3.
number 2. I got Oklahoma City number 1.
Right, and then you said Minnesota.
I don't think Minnesota's going to be number.
You had them as the dark horse.
I'm just saying they're a dark horse. I think Denver
It's number 2. Yeah,
is
yeah.
better than people think they are.
Yeah.
I think Utah comes in at number 3.
Right.
I'm gonna go Portland number 4 just because of the cohesiveness.
Right.
Excuse me. And Minnesota finishes
All right, so we have a few changes there.
right.
Okay. But overall, we
Right.
agree. Okay. Cool.
I think now we get to the Pacific, and I think we all can agree Golden State
Yeah, Golden State gonna run
will run with this.
like
I think the Lakers.
67 to 70 wins.
No, they're not going to win that many games
No,
because
yeah,
the West is tough.
Now, cause no,
I think
I'm
they'll
gonna
get-
tell you why though. I feel like, I think us losing home court to Houston and realizing how close that was, we're gonna have to just run that.
Yeah, I think y'all can win home court, but I don't. 70 wins is a lot of wins. That means you
Shoot,
only lose 12
Houston.
games.
Houston only won. I mean, Houston won what? They only lost by
67 games.
right, and it was only by 3.
Yeah.
So
but I
I'm
think-
not that far off.
But the West is tougher.
Okay, but I said between 67 and 70. It's not that
All
far
right,
of a
so-
difference. But go ahead.
Okay, so we'll say Golden State wins. I'm gonna say 65 wins, gets it done. I think the Lakers are gonna come in, but the Lakers gonna win 54 games.
I'll say 56. Give him
All right, I think
I'll give him an extra 2.
the Clippers will come behind them at number 3 in the division.
Yeah.
I think Phoenix and then Sacramento.
Right. All
Right?
right, yeah. We agree with that.
And then in the Southwest, I think Houston wins that division.
Wait, who's in that one?
Houston, Dallas, Memphis, New Orleans, and San Antonio.
That used to be the toughest division.
Used to be. But I think Houston wins this with 60 wins.
So you're giving us 65.
I'm giving them 60 wins.
I'm putting them kind of low, so I'm gonna give them like
Houston?
Yeah, I'm giving them 52.
Oh, so they're going to have a 15-game drop-off because Trevor Ariza's not there?
Trevor Ariza's not there. They signed Melo. I don't like that.
Oh,
move.
you bugging. You bugging.
And I already put them at the number 15.
All right, you bugging. You bugging.
I'm not bugging. I don't trust Melo.
You're bugging.
Chris Paul is injury prone. He can't stay healthy.
You're bugging.
And James Harden is not clutch in the playoffs. Am I
You
wrong?
are bugging.
You can go check the tape.
This is regular season. This ain't playoffs.
I'm-
I'm saying regular season. He a
I
superstar.
still think it's going to be 55
he was
wins.
the MVP.
I still think it's going to be 55 wins.
All right, you bugging. You bugging. Anyway, next, who do you have number 2?
Wasn't you bugging on that?
Who
On
do you
half of
have
these?
number 2?
Let me see. You got the thing in the way? I need to move that. I'll just drag it over. Give me San Antonio.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Over New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
And then number 3 would be New Orleans. 4 and 5 would be Memphis and Dallas.
Okay, all right.
Because San Antonio still has DeMar DeRozan.
Houston wins the division. New Orleans comes in at number 2. San Antonio will be number 3.
I still have Houston winning the division. It's going to be 55 wins.
Dallas and then Memphis. I think that gives us.
Yeah.
Now, what are the 8 playoff teams you have in the West?
Golden State.
Golden State. Let's start from here. No, in no particular order. OKC.
OKC.
Denver.
Denver. Utah. That's the
Golden
3
State.
from there. Right. And
Lakers.
the Lakers. That's it. Keep going. And then Houston.
New Orleans and San Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was the same, almost the same team that said that the Lakers made it in. Somebody made
Okay,
it in.
I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm
I
not
think
putting
that
the
gives
Timberwolves.
us our 8 teams in
Right.
both divisions. Later on, we'll decide where they go and how they move
Right.
about. MVP this year?
LeBron, which we already talked about.
I'm not sure LeBron wins the MVP this year.
Who you got ahead of him?
I mean, I'm only going to say he wins the MVP because they're going to go from 30 wins to 55 wins. So, yeah, in that sense.
And who did you have ahead of him?
You still got James Harden out there. You still got Kevin Durant out there.
No.
You got
First,
Steph Curry
first,
out there.
no.
You got Anthony Davis out there. You have a lot of good players out there.
Time out. Normally, off camera, you would always have LeBron. Now that we're on camera, you would add in other players
Because LeBron,
that you would never put in
here's the
at
thing.
all. Like, for example, you putting in Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, you know they're not going to win it because they're on the same team. James Harden already won it last year, so why would you give it to him again unless he has a historic triple-double Westbrook performance?
Could be. Westbrook.
We would normally give it to either Anthony Davis and Giannis, but they're not going to get enough wins.
Right.
So the clear favorite overall, 10 by 10, is LeBron James.
I'm not going to say that because LeBron puts up the same numbers every year.
But it's his. But it's his last run before.
He'll get one more. I'm not going to say he can't win it. I'm just saying.
I know you're not saying that,
it's not
but
necessarily a runaway that he will win.
No, but I feel like you're just adding in players.
He may decide what he needs for this team is to take on a different role for them to win. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, kind of
what's
give the
the
keys
identity,
to,
right? Give the keys to somebody else.
Younger,
still get the job done. So what is it gonna require for them to beat Golden State and Houston and OKC and the Spurs and Denver? There's some tough
Spurs
teams
might not
out.
be that high up, but I think Utah.
There's some tough teams out here in the West.
I think Utah.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, who do we have as defensive player of the year?
Kawhi or Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
I'll throw Draymond in there because he'll try to get his Supermax contract.
Who's going to be the rebound leader?
That's going to go to Drummond. That always goes to Drummond. I don't see nobody else.
Who's going to be the defensive player of the year?
Didn't we ready to say that? Rudy Gobert and
Oh,
Kawhi?
we did. Six man?
Lou Williams.
Again,
maybe
Kuzma.
Maybe Kuzma.
If
But
he
I mean,
doesn't start.
isn't he getting stuff for you guys?
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe.
Or Ingram.
Or Ingram. No, Ingram is the starter. The starter is Ingram, LeBron, McGee, Rondo, and Caldwell Pope.
Right.
So Kuzma coming up
I'll
against
give it to maybe. Do we put Iggy in that conversation?
Who's he play for?
Golden State. I'm talking about Iguodala.
Iguodala's past his prime. He may have 1 year left in him of a good run.
Fred from Toronto.
Yeah, maybe Van Vliet. And
I would say his name wrong. My apologies.
that's gonna tell that.
Wait. What about Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year.
And Coach of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
I'm giving it to Dallas point guard Luke.
Yeah, I go with the Dallas point guard.
Or Ayton. One of those two.
Yeah, or the guy from Phoenix, Eden.
Yeah. And Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. It's gonna go to the Boston coach.
Say his name.
Stevens.
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens. I think they did him wrong last year.
With Dwayne Casey?
Yeah, and I think he'll get it this year because he's going to do an excellent job managing this Boston Celtics team.
I'm going to give it to either Mike D'Antoni. No, wait, no, because I already have number 4, so never mind. Forget that. Oh, no. Utah's coach.
Yes, I forget his name.
He'll come to me.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Maybe Luke Walton, because I do have the
Oh,
Lakers.
Luke Walton. Yeah, Luke Walton is my overwhelming favorite.
And
because
I'll give
if
it
the
to
team goes from 35 to 55 wins.
Right, and then I'll give it to Brad Stevens as a third. So yeah, Utah coach Luke Walton, Brad Stevens.
Also, in other NBA news, Paul Allen, the Portland Trailblazers owner, has passed away
And
today.
Seahawks owner, right.
And the Seattle Seahawks
owner, yeah.
football owner. He was also a co-founder of Microsoft. That's how he made his fortune. He's passed away. I think he was dealing with cancer at 65.
Right,
so,
right.
We send our condolences out to
friends.
his family and to the fan base.
He did a good job with that.
Portland. No, that's a very steady organization.
Yeah, did a very good job with both organizations.
Over the years.
Seattle was about to be a 3-time dynasty.
Absolutely.
Portland always puts up a fight, but they need some work. But
yeah, but they've always been a pretty decent squad.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
All right.
Only thing we have to
culture.
discuss in culture
It's the shop. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. Yeah.
Yes. Of the shop with LeBron James,
Maverick Carter, Drake. You had Mo Bamba.
Yep.
Had Victor Oladipo.
Yes.
I forgot the female's name from the WNBA.
From the Washington Mystics.
Right. And then you had I'm missing one more little.
But let's get to the meat of it.
All right. Basically, long story short was good.
Oh, Oladipo was on it.
Yeah, Oladipo.
Right.
And yeah, but anyway, skip all that. So it's Drake, Maverick Carter, LeBron.
Yes.
Long story short, Maverick Carter brings up March 14th because he says that his dad loves the song.
Right.
And basically, Drake got played by Kayne. Long story short.
Yes.
Got finessed because he came to Wyoming.
With his guard
Right,
down.
with his guard down. Mind you, real quick, 40 told him don't come, basically. Like, something's not right.
Right,
because he had his 40 go there a day early.
Right.
40 called him, but he was already on the plane, already going to Wyoming. And he's like, something's off.
Right.
I think he's working on an album. Took focus off of Drake's album to help Kanye with his.
Yes.
Then he had all these dates around June, which is the Pusha T make.
Which was sabotaging Drake, who was supposed to drop June 15th.
Right. And Drake plays him March 14th, shows him a picture of his kid. Because he was going to announce it to the world. And then Kanye uses that and gives it to Pusha.
Right, okay, allegedly. Right.
And
because now one of those Instagram models, Drea, said she's the one who funneled. Malaya said she funneled that information through Pusha, but it was too accurate for it not to come from Kanye, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, and we talking about the song being personal. We're talking about the Pusha T disc being personal.
Yes.
That might have, to me, I feel like that was also personal through Kanye.
Absolutely.
Not through really Pusha, because I was like, what is the beef between Drake and Pusha besides the Lil Wayne?
Right,
which was years ago.
Absolutely.
And
so this
Kanye, which we already earlier this year, we already called Kanye a snake last summer when it all popped off.
Absolutely.
Because we assumed that this had happened. And then there was Uplift Yourself. Now, can you explain what happened with that?
Well, Uplift Yourself was a song produced by Kanye, given to Drake.
Right.
And Drake was supposed to write something ill for it and put it on his own album.
Right. Okay.
And what happened was but when all of the drama started, Kanye creates a preemptive attack and puts out a song called Scoobity Boop. Scoobity Boop over the track that Drake was going to use to ensure that Drake doesn't use his track.
Right.
That was grimy.
Right.
And incredible.
Okay.
So it just goes to show that there's something deeper going on without getting into all the intricate details between Kanye and Drake.
Yeah.
And it's probably surrounding
the wife. I mean,
Kim Kardashian. And eventually all of these things will come out. So we just hope that
But
now in music we get some peace. You know?
Yeah, I still feel like the diss track from Pusha was like super ugly.
Yes,
No pun
yeah. When
intended
you
to-
start talking about your friend getting ready to die, and Malcolm's going whatever.
Malcolm's saying, but
But I'm from an era when there were lines that weren't crossed. Like
Right.
when Jay-Z put out Super Ugly against Nas, Jay-Z's mother called him and said,
right.
"Jay, that's too far. You don't."
And I
involve
understand.
kids."
I understand what Drake was saying because he said to hip hop purists, there's no rules to it, but there are rules to this.
And I believe all the rules went out the window when battle rap became more prominent.
Right.
Because them battle rappers, but they have their own league in which they do
and
their
this wasn't
own-
really battle rap. This was a personal.
This is not battle rap per
vendetta.
se. These are battle records.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just felt that.
Did you feel like Kanye felt like his integrity and his ego got involved in terms of? I feel like Drake is way too higher than me because prior
Maybe.
to this entire thing,
Drake has been winning.
prior to this entire beef, Kanye did go maybe 2 years ago on his Life of Pablo concert, and he was saying that he was upset that he wasn't on Pop Style, which was on his Views album,
Right.
And but that time he blamed Jay-Z for that, not Drake.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, nobody's beating Drake right now.
Yeah,
So
Drake
the
lost that
jealousy-
battle. Drake lost that battle, which he says that was a great
But he won
testimony.
the war.
But he won the war.
So with that being said, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according
All right,
to
young man,
Okay. So
hand me the papers.
yeah, here you go. Here you go.
And the pen.
While he handles this,
Right now,
I'm down by 8, guys.
it's 57 to 49.
I don't know what happened this week. I was down by 3. I was supposed to be up by at least like 2 or another 3 points.
You made some bad choices.
I made some bad choices in my life.
So now you have an opportunity as we come into week 7 to choose wisely.
All right.
Now, you don't have to get it all back at once.
I know. I keep trying to do that because I think it.
And that's
keeps
part of your
benefit.
problem. You don't try to get it all back. You try to put together, really think these games through.
Right.
Okay? Now, Thursday night's game, we have the Broncos facing the Cardinals. Cardinals up in Arizona.
You do that like it's gonna change my mind.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos.
You taking the Broncos in this? I too will take the Broncos. I think we'll get that done.
Yeah.
Now you have the Titans going against the Chargers. Chargers have been playing good ball.
Yeah, I think they won 2 straight.
And this is a 9:30 in the morning game, I believe, because it's in London.
Right. Oh yeah, they keep doing these in London. Yeah.
So who do you have?
International games. Chargers.
Chargers in this one.
What do you think about these international games? Like,
I think it's a waste of time.
yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to put teams in London and have them fly over here every day.
Right.
Texans versus the Jaguars. The Jaguars have to right that ship. I'm not sure the Texans have it together.
Well, the Texans won and the Jaguars lost.
Oh, so who do you have?
Give me the Texans.
All right, I'm gonna take the Jaguars.
They have a better-
I think the Jaguars get home.
They have a better
and they
quarterback.
right the ship.
I'm
We have the Eagles versus the Panthers. These two teams always play each other well.
Right.
Eagles,
Who you got?
Panthers in this one. I don't think the Eagles can afford to lose any more games.
No, they lost. They won the last game.
I know they can't afford to lose any more.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Yeah, write me down for the Eagles.
Eagles for you.
Yeah.
All right, Vikings coming into the Jets.
Right.
Vikings into the Jets. Are the Jets for real? Are the Vikings just that much a better team?
Right. I'm going with the Vikings.
You going with the Vikings in that one? I think that's a good choice. I'll take the Jets just to keep the momentum going for them. And then we have.
Hey, give me. Oh, I know.
No, I got it.
Got it? Oh, I'm
Patriots versus the Bears. This looks like it's going to be a good game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that game. Give me the Patriots. You know, I'm not.
You
I'm
have
not
the
going
Patriots. I know
against my
that
team.
for a fact. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. I think it comes down to a close game. I think Khalil Mack gets at your boy. And they put some pressure. Bills versus the Colts. Bills. Colts.
Bills, Colts. Give me the Bills.
You have the Bills. Let me look at the Bills' record right now. Let's see what their record is. Then I'll tell you who I have in this one. Bills are 2-4. And the Colts' record is... Where's the Colts? Oh, okay. They're 1-5. And who do you have?
The Bills.
You have the Bills? I'll take the
Packers
Colts.
are up by 3, 10-7.
Okay, I'll take the Colts in that one. Browns, Buccaneers. Browns. They're in Tampa Bay.
Who you got?
I think I'm going to take the Browns in that one.
All right. Give me the Browns as well.
You take the Browns as well?
Yeah.
Lions and Dolphins and Bears. Oh, my. Lions versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins are at home.
Give me the Dolphins.
Let's see what the Detroit, what is their record in Detroit right now? They're 2-3. And Miami Dolphins are 4-2. Yeah. You got the Dolphins in that one. I, too, will take the Dolphins. In that one, Saints, Ravens, up in Baltimore.
Give me the Saints.
You take the Saints. I take the Ravens. I don't think the Saints game travel well outside of the dome. I think the Ravens
after breaking that record, I'm not going against Drew Brees.
Okay, Cowboys and Redskins, a division rivalry. The Cowboys at the Redskins, and both of these teams are. Let me get the record for both of these squads. Redskins lead the division at 3-2, and the Cowboys are 3-3, and Philadelphia's 3-3.
Cowboys.
You have the Cowboys in this one.
Still taking that.
I got the Redskins in this one. The Niners, I think we'll both take the Rams.
Yeah. So that means they'll go to 7-9.
Bengals at the Chiefs. This is going to be a very good game. The Bengals record is
4-2. It should be 4-2.
Are they 4-2? I think they're 5-1.
No, they wasn't undefeated.
All right, they're 4-2.
They wasn't
against 5-1.
Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs at home?
They're gonna be in their building.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs at home. I think they get that done. And our Monday night game has the Giants going against the Falcons. I think
Falcons.
We'll both take the Falcons. Yeah. I believe the Giants are
done.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games head to head.
How the heck is that even, dude?
And we will see what happens there.
My God, this can make me worse. Oh my God.
Well, you dug yourself a hole, young man. Young man, where can we be reached?
You can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. All at the WATE Podcast. Follow me on those platforms.
Yes.
Down below or around everywhere here. And I'll see you guys next week.
Next week, we're in the building. Tune in for more music, sports, video games, and culture. We're out of here. Peace.
You are now tuned in to the #1 podcast in the world, The WATE, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the host of our show, Mr. Eli.